Dear child, something sacred is unfolding around your image. Something you were never meant to see, but heaven has decided to reveal to you today. A person, deeply conflicted about their own feelings, found themselves unable to shake the thought of you. Your face, your presence, the energy you carry. It lingered so heavily in their heart that they felt compelled to take a step no one expected. Quietly and almost desperately, they showed your photograph to a psychic, hoping to hear something that would calm the storm within them. But the moment your photo was placed on that table, everything shifted. What the psychic saw, what they whispered in a trembling voice, was so startling, so intense, that it silenced even the voices in the room. Dear soul, this message is not an accident. It is heaven's way of telling you that the truth has been stirred, revealed, and is now seeking you. Not to frighten you, but to prepare you, to wrap you in grace and let you know that what was once hidden in shadows is now moving toward the light. Breathe slowly, child of light. The angels are here to walk you through what happened and what happens next. Dear child, the angels gather closely around you now, surrounding your spirit in a gentle embrace as they prepare to reveal what has been hidden in silence. They have witnessed the quiet storm stirring inside you, the way your soul leans forward whenever you sense that something has been said behind closed doors, something about you that felt both mysterious and significant. And today, through divine alignment, that inner knowing is being confirmed. Someone did show your photo to a psychic, and the moment your image was revealed, something shifted in the room, a wave of energy that could not be denied. What followed was not simply a reading, dear child, but a spiritual unveiling. The psychic paused, not because of confusion, but because she felt the presence of a soul standing between two paths, a heart carrying deep emotion that had long been hidden behind silent choices. And what she saw, what she felt, was something that no one in that space had been fully prepared to face. Because your energy carries truths that are far deeper than the surface reveals. When your image was placed before her, she felt a sudden tension in her own chest. The energy of a soul holding back a tidal wave of emotion, thoughts, desires, and dreams. Because the world around them has made it too difficult to choose. The angels say that the psychic immediately sensed that you have been living in an emotional crossroads, caught between the truth that lives in your heart and the demands of the world around you. She felt the weight of your silence, the quiet ache of a heart that has not fully spoken its truth, and the struggle of someone who feels deeply but doesn't always know which path will lead to peace. She said, "This one has powerful intuition. They know more than they say, but they've been trained to doubt their inner voice, to second-guess their feelings, to keep peace with others at the expense of their own clarity." She knew instantly that you are not lost, dear child, only paused, not broken, only protecting yourself, not unsure, but surrounded by so many conflicting energies that it has become hard to hear your own truth over the noise. The angels whisper now that the psychic saw what others cannot see, that your indecision is not weak but compassion. Type amen if you trust in angels' guidance. That you hold space for everyone else's expectations while silencing your own needs, hoping that somehow the path will become clear if you just wait long enough. But this reading did not come to expose your hesitation as a flaw. It came to honor your sensitivity, your wisdom, your ability to see both sides with fairness and care. The message that rose from the silence was not one of judgment, but of urgency. Because what shocked the psychic most was not the beauty of your energy, but the power you have been holding back. He saw that your life is at a turning point, and unless you begin to honor the voice within you, others will continue to write the story that was meant for you to create. She said, "They are standing still, but the universe is moving, and soon the ground beneath them will shift, whether they are ready or not. Their soul has waited long enough." That moment became a divine truth unfolding, that a decision is no longer a future event. It is now. Dear child, the angels urge you to understand what that psychic could not unsee. The reason she reacted so strongly is because your photo carried not just your face, but the energetic imprint of lifetimes. She saw a soul who has lived many lives in silence, always trying to be the one who keeps harmony, who sacrifices their own longing for the sake of others, who chooses what is safe instead of what sets them on fire. And this time, your soul is pleading with you to choose differently. You are standing in a moment where everything can change, but only if you make space for your own truth to rise. The people around you may not know how much this decision means to you. They may not understand the internal conflict you face, but the angels do. They are here now to remind you that you do not need to have every answer. Only the courage to say, "I choose me." They saw that the psychic's reaction was not fear, but reverence. Because your energy carries the tension of a storm that is not yet broken, and when it does, it will cleanse everything. She saw that there is something you have been avoiding, a truth you already know, a feeling that keeps rising despite your efforts to silence it, a calling that whispers to you in the stillness of night. And that moment with your photo was the universe's way of saying, "It's time." Time to stop pretending you don't know. Time to stop waiting for permission. Time to let go of the illusion that keeping others comfortable is the same as keeping yourself safe. The psychic may not have shared every word she felt, but the angels are filling in the rest. She saw love waiting for you, but only on the other side of your decision. She saw success, peace, freedom, but not while you remain frozen between fear and desire. You are ready, even if you don't feel it yet. And the divine has already opened the door. You only need to step through it, even if your voice trembles, even if you're scared. And so, beloved child, the angels close this message not with warning, but with hope. Because this reading, this moment, this energy was not about fear, it was about awakening. The truth is rising within you, and the world is finally ready to hear it. You have been given sacred sight, and now you must trust what you feel. Do not be afraid of choosing wrong. Be afraid only of not choosing at all. You have the strength, the wisdom, the love of the divine guiding you now. And as you take that first step, even in uncertainty, the angels will be right beside you, lighting the way. What was seen in that reading cannot be unseen, and what is meant for you will not pass you by. It begins now. Choose you. Speak your truth. The heavens are waiting. Dear child, the angels are softly whispering into your heart now, inviting you to sit quietly for a moment as they lift the veil from a truth that has been waiting to be seen. What has reached you as an intuitive pull or a strange emotional current is not your imagination. Type "I believe" if your heart is anchored in God's divine plan and you're ready to move forward with unshakable faith. No matter what lies ahead, someone, somewhere did show your photo to a psychic. And when your image was revealed, the energy in that space changed instantly. It was as though your soul itself had entered the room, radiating with such divine presence that the psychic was momentarily overwhelmed. She was not expecting what she saw. What she felt shook her. She paused, not out of hesitation, but because she was trying to gather herself from the wave of sacred energy that had suddenly washed over her. It was not just a face she saw, but the signature of a soul, deeply rooted in divine feminine power, love, nurturing, and creation. The angels say the psychic saw the presence of someone who embodies the very essence of the Empress, and that realization left her silent for a moment longer than anyone anticipated. Dear child, you must understand now how rare your energy truly is. The psychic felt it instantly. This soul, your soul, was not merely walking the earth, but weaving love into every step. She saw a heart that has the power to heal without even speaking, a presence that turns pain into beauty and chaos into calm. The moment she looked at your image, she felt waves of unconditional love rising from you, but she also felt a deep ache behind that radiance. A longing so sacred and buried that it almost brought tears to her eyes. You have loved deeply, she realized, and you have nurtured others from a place of purity. But not all have honored the gift of your love. Some have taken your warmth for granted. Others have drawn from your light without pouring anything back into you. And yet, still you bloom. Still you offer. Still you carry yourself with grace. That was what struck her most. She said softly, "They are divine. Not just kind, not just beautiful, but truly divine. This is a soul that has lived many lifetimes of giving, of mothering, of protecting others, and now they are about to receive." What no one was prepared to hear, what shocked the room into stillness, was her declaration that your life is about to change because the universe is no longer asking you to give, but to receive. She saw abundance on the horizon, not just in material form, but emotional richness. She saw the energy of birth, not just of children or creations, but of a new version of you, rising from the soil of your old heartbreaks, stronger and more radiant than ever before. She said, "This one is stepping into their divine season. The time of waiting is ending. They are not here to chase love or beg for attention. They are here to attract, to embody, to be the love they've been searching for." She felt the presence of someone watching over you, possibly a maternal figure from the spirit realm who has been guiding your heart, sending you dreams and whispering that it's time to stop sacrificing yourself for those who cannot meet you in your fullness. The angels now add to her message. They want you to know that your worth is not tied to how much you give. Your value is not proven by how much pain you've endured. You were never meant to carry so much on your own, dear child. You were created to love and be loved in return, equally and completely. The psychic saw in your eyes a powerful truth, that you've been the strong one for too long, that your tenderness has become your shield. Your beauty has hidden your wounds, and your quiet patience has silenced your needs. But no more. The whisper from the divine is clear now. You are entering a season of being chosen, adored, celebrated. You are no longer the one pouring endlessly into others. You are the vessel being filled. The psychic felt that there is someone in your life, or about to enter your life, who sees this same divine glow in you, someone who has seen your image or sensed your presence and felt an unfamiliar pull in their chest. She said, "There is someone whose spirit has been quietly waking up because of this soul. This person may not even understand why they are suddenly thinking about you, dreaming about you, or feeling things they have never felt before, but it is happening because your energy does not just sit still. It moves, it transforms, it calls forth truth. You are awakening someone's heart, not by force, but by simply existing in your truth. Type grateful if soft signs and quiet miracles have gently touched your soul, lighting up places that once felt lost in the dark. The psychic saw the beginning of a sacred union being stirred in the spirit realm. She saw dreams turning into divine timing, and a connection that will not be based on confusion or lack, but on growth, respect, and shared vision. Dear child, the angels urge you now to rest in this knowing. You do not need to chase what is meant for you. You do not need to prove your love. Your energy speaks louder than any words ever could. And the time has come for the universe to return to you what you have so patiently waited for. Let yourself receive. Let yourself believe. Let yourself be. The shocking truth, the psychic soul, was not something to fear. It was the beginning of your becoming. She was not prepared to witness a soul so powerful, so radiant, so deserving of divine reward. And now that your energy has been seen, felt, acknowledged, it is only a matter of time before everything aligns. Your light cannot be hidden anymore. The seeds you have planted with love, faith, and quiet strength are blooming, and soon the world will see what the psychic saw in that sacred moment. A soul too rare to be ignored, too divine to be denied, and too radiant to ever again be dimmed. Dear child, the angels are wrapping you in their wings right now with the most tender love, because they have seen the quiet nights you've spent wide awake, the tears that never found a voice, and the weight your heart has been silently carrying. When your photo was shown to the psychic, it was not just your face that filled the room. It was the echo of your pain, the outline of your sleepless nights, the silent cries of your soul that no one else has truly heard. The energy in the room changed not because of your appearance, but because your spirit brought with it the vibration of unspoken sorrow, of suppressed truths, of a person who has been strong for too long. The psychic did not expect to be met with such overwhelming emotion. It was as if a storm suddenly entered her space, not to destroy, but to cleanse, to reveal. And what she saw, what she felt, was not weakness, dear child, but a soul on the edge of breakthrough. She saw someone who has walked through shadows and still chooses to love. Someone who has questioned their worth but never stopped giving. Someone who lies awake with thoughts spinning like wild winds, not because they are broken, but because they feel deeply in a world that rarely matches their depth. The angels say the psychic was stunned into silence because she could sense how much you've hidden behind your smile, how often you've comforted others while breaking inside, and how masterfully you've concealed your wounds from the world. Your photo carried not just an image, but an emotional memory. The story of countless nights where your pillow soaked in tears, of unanswered questions repeating in your mind, of dreams you buried because life didn't give you space to believe. She saw the guilt you've carried for things that were never your fault, the self-blame for circumstances shaped by other people's choices, and the ache of abandonment that you've tried to bury beneath logic. She said softly, "This soul has known rejection. This soul has known betrayal, but still they carry light." What no one expected was the raw truth she spoke next. That you are not just carrying pain, you are transmuting it. You are not just grieving a lost connection or opportunity, you are transforming it into wisdom. The heaviness around your image was not just sorrow, it was power, unclaimed yet fiercely alive. Dear child, the angels want you to know that the psychic saw the very moment your heart began to fracture, the wound you never told anyone about. She saw the night your faith was tested, and the morning after, when you got up anyway, put on a brave face, and faced the world. What no one expected her to say was that your suffering had not been in vain. That all those sleepless nights were not a sign that something was wrong with you, but that something important was happening within you. Your soul was shedding illusions, healing ancestral pain, and preparing to rise into the truest version of who you are. The dreams that haunt you are not just your subconscious. They are messages, symbols, divine calls for you to reclaim your worth and to trust that everything that was taken from you is now being restored. She saw that you are someone the divine has not forgotten, that your pain has been seen, that your cries have been heard, and that even though your journey has felt isolated, you were never truly alone. Title, if you can feel the loving presence of angels walking beside you, guiding each step with quiet care and divine protection, the angels reveal now that she saw someone thinking of you while showing your photo, someone whose actions may have triggered your sadness or added to your doubts. But what the psychic felt was not their judgment, it was their regret. She felt that the person behind this action is carrying guilt, shame, or unresolved emotion tied to you. They may have gone silent, misunderstood you, or turned away, but when your photo entered that sacred space, the truth of what they lost became clear. The psychic's heart clenched, not from pity, but from awe, because she realized that you are not the one who should have been questioning your worth. It is those who failed to see you clearly who must now sit with the silence of your absence. Your image stirred something sacred, something painful, something destined, and she knew in that moment that a karmic shift was unfolding. What was taken from you is circling back. What was denied to you is being rebalanced. The grief that once crushed your spirit is now awakening your greatest spiritual gifts. And now, beloved child, the angels ask you to stop questioning whether your heart was too soft, whether you were too much, whether your love was wasted. It was not. Your love was never the problem. It was your light that frightened those not ready to receive it. And you, in your innocence and purity, thought their rejection was proof that you weren't enough. But the psychic saw what the divine already knows, that you were more than enough. You were light in a room of shadows. You were truth in a world of masks. And the reason your nights have been filled with restlessness is because your spirit is outgrowing the pain it once accepted. You are not dying in your sadness. You are being reborn through it. The tears you've cried have watered the soil of a new future, one that is now beginning to bloom. So breathe now, dear child. Breathe deeply. Let the angels pour their peace into your chest. Let them soothe the ache you've carried for so long. The psychic may have spoken truths that others weren't ready to hear, but you are ready now. Ready to heal, ready to release, ready to step out of the shadows of shame and into the light of your sacred worth. The night is ending. The first light of morning is touching your soul, and with it comes hope, clarity, and the unshakable knowing that everything you've endured has shaped you into someone the divine is about to elevate. You are not a story of sadness. You are a rising sun, a phoenix in quiet flight, a soul who stayed soft in a world that tried to harden you. And now, everything is changing. You are ready, dear child, and the universe is ready for you. Dear child, the angels are drawing close to you in this moment with a warmth that speaks not just of comfort, but of awakening, of ignition, of something sacred within you catching fire again. They have witnessed a recent moment that may have seemed small on the surface, but was actually a divine shift unfolding behind the veil. Someone, without your full awareness, showed your photo to a psychic, and the moment your image entered that sacred space, the energy in the room surged. It wasn't quiet recognition, it was a burst of intensity. The psyche gasped softly, not out of fear, but out of sudden clarity, as if a long-lost flame had reignited before her very eyes. What she saw, what she felt, was not expected. No one in that room could have prepared for the truth that unfolded. Because your energy, dear child, holds the spark of divine purpose, and the moment your soul touched hers through that photograph, she saw the birth of something extraordinary. He felt power, raw, untamed, radiant, not the kind of power that intimidates, but the kind that transforms. She said, "This one is on the edge of a breakthrough. There's a force rising in them, a passion that's about to burn through every limitation." She felt the presence of someone whose soul had been held back for too long, not by lack of talent or potential, but by fear, by external circumstances, by being surrounded by people who could not understand or support the magnitude of their fire. And yet, through all the waiting, all the silence, all the pauses where you questioned if your time would ever come, something within you never went out. The psychic felt that a steady flame, quiet but fierce, tucked inside your chest like a secret waiting for its moment, and she knew immediately that your time is now. The angels say that her reaction was one of awe, because she didn't just see your past, she saw your becoming. Type strong if you honor the silent strength within, the courage that held you steady through storms no one else ever saw. He saw a soul being anointed with new energy, a life path being reignited, a sacred calling being awakened that no longer wants to wait. She saw that you have gone through cycles of deep emotional introspection, loss and longing, and that through those dark tunnels, your inner flame has only grown stronger. She said, "This one doesn't even realize yet how powerful they are, but when they remember, the world around them will shift. The shock wasn't just that your aura lit up the room, but that the universe is positioning you right now to step into a new chapter so powerful, so aligned, and so passionate that those who once doubted you will be left speechless." She saw the beginning of something big, a love, a purpose, a dream finally taking shape, and the clarity hit her so strongly that she could not hold it back. Dear child, the angels want you to know that this message is not meant to pressure you, but to remind you that everything you felt stirring inside, that quiet push, that restlessness, those moments where your heart beats faster when you think of a new beginning, it's all real. That's your soul responding to divine timing. You are not imagining it. You are not too late. You are not behind. The universe has been preparing you for this. All the pain you've endured, all the heartbreak, all the delays were not punishments. They were purifying you, sharpening your clarity, burning away what wasn't meant to go with you. And now, your light can no longer be contained. The psychic's words were clear. They are meant to create, to inspire, to move others just by being who they are. And the world is finally ready for their presence. The angels are pouring into you a wave of encouragement. They are telling you to take that first step, to say yes to the passion rising in you, to stop waiting for the right moment, because the right moment is now. Whether it's a creative pursuit, a new connection, a chance to speak your truth, or the courage to walk away from what no longer nourishes your spirit, you are being guided to act. This is not about impulsive decisions, but about divine alignment, about saying yes to the fire that has waited patiently inside you to be seen, to be chosen, to be unleashed. That photo being shown was not an accident. It was the universe's way of saying, look at this soul. They're ready. And so now, beloved child, the angels are inviting you to claim your power. You are not a bystander in your own story. You are the author. You are the flame that lights the way not just for yourself, but for others who have forgotten their own spark. That whisper of desire in your heart, that bold idea that won't let go, that pull toward something bigger, it is the call of your soul remembering what it came here to do. Do not let fear bury it again. Do not let doubt dim. You are the fire. You are the awakening. You are the beginning of something the world has not seen yet. Let your light rise now. Let your voice be heard. Let your truth be lived without apology. The angels walk beside you, fueling this new beginning with love, courage, and divine support. And as you step into this next chapter with boldness, know that the energy that once lit up a psychic space will soon light up the lives of others. This is your season. This is your spark. Burn bright, dear child. Burn with truth. Burn with purpose. The world needs your fire. Dear child, the angels surround you now with a gentle radiance, for they have seen what has taken place beyond the surface of your awareness, and they come with a message that carries the vibration of long-awaited joy and divine confirmation. When your photo was shown to the psychic, the energy that filled the space was unlike anything ordinary. At first there was a pause, not because of uncertainty, but because of awe. It was as if the room became brighter, warmer, more alive. The psychic felt a sudden wave of joy rising, like a melody from a life that has been waiting patiently to be lived. What she saw was not just your face, dear child, but the imprint of your soul. And it sang to her of reunion, celebration. She felt that you are someone whose life is moving toward a long-deserved moment of harmony, that you are not walking alone in your path, but toward a destined meeting, a sacred homecoming, a time when what was scattered will finally come together in love and light. Her reaction was not just surprise, it was reverence, for she understood that you are entering a season of spiritual return, where something you once lost will be restored, and something you've dreamed of will no longer feel like a distant hope. Type guided if you trust that your steps are being led by unseen hands that know exactly where your soul is meant to be. The angels reveal that what the psychic experienced was the unmistakable energy of a soul who has walked through challenges, waited in faith, and continued to hold on to love, even when circumstances gave you every reason to give up. She could feel the vibrations of celebration in your aura, as though your spirit has already started preparing for something beautiful that is about to take shape in the physical world. This was not the energy of someone lost or uncertain, it was the vibration of arrival. She saw that the pain you have endured has not been in vain, that all the heartbreak, the delays, the longing, the quiet nights spent wondering if the right people, the right love, the right support would ever reach you. It has all been building toward a sacred reunion, she whispered, almost in disbelief. They are going home, not to a place, but to a person, to their soul's reflection, and the universe has already begun clearing the path. Dear child, the angels want you to understand that the reason her reaction was so powerful is because the psychic could sense the presence of divine alignment unfolding in your life, She saw the joining of two energies, yours and another's, being drawn closer by divine timing. It may be someone you have already met and felt an inexplicable pull toward, someone whose spirit echoed your own, even in silence. Or it may be someone your soul knows but your mind has yet to meet. Either way, this union has been written in the stars, not as a fleeting moment, but as a foundation for a shared future built in truth, passion, and purpose. She felt the promise of commitment, not just in romance but in life. A coming together of hearts who choose each other, not out of need but from the deepest recognition of belonging. The love that surrounds you now is not just romantic. It is the love of the divine saying, you are not meant to walk this path alone anymore. You have done the work, held the light, remained true. Now you shall receive. And beyond love, dear child, the angels show that the psychic also saw the energy of celebration surrounding your name, not just private joy, but the kind that is witnessed, honored, and shared. She saw a soul who will be standing soon in a place of recognition, surrounded by kindred spirits, no longer hiding their light. This may be an actual event, a gathering, a ceremony, a shared moment of deep spiritual or emotional connection, or it may be the internal celebration of finally feeling seen and accepted for all that you are. She saw doors opening, not just metaphorically, but in real life. Doors to new opportunities, new connections, new chapters that reflect who you truly are. The struggles you have faced have not dimmed your spirit. On the contrary, they have made the moment that is coming even more radiant. The psychic knew instantly that your photo was not a simple image, it was a key, and your presence had just unlocked something powerful in the energy of the one who showed it. What she wasn't prepared to see was that this connection, the one who shared your photo, may already know, on a soul level, what you mean to them. Even if their conscious mind still hesitates. There is someone who cannot explain why you affect them so deeply, someone who has tried to understand what this connection means, and perhaps sought clarity through the psychic because their heart cannot carry this mystery alone anymore. And when your image was revealed, all the pieces began to fall into place. She saw that the love between you is real. The emotions that flow beneath the surface are not imagined, and though life may have placed distance, silence, or uncertainty between you, the divine is not finished writing your story. In fact, the most beautiful chapter is just beginning. Title: Faith. If something deep inside you knows God is already leading you toward a life more beautiful than you've ever imagined. So now, beloved child, the angels ask you to prepare your heart, not with anxiety, but with gentle expectancy. You are being called into a time of emotional fulfillment, of joy shared with others, of soul-aligned union, and the comfort of finally arriving in a space that feels like home. You are not losing. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are on the threshold of something holy. Let yourself believe again. Let yourself hope again. Let yourself rest in the knowing that all the energy you've poured into others, all the prayers you whispered into the silence, all the nights you held your own heart, they have not gone unseen. They are returning to you now, multiplied and wrapped in grace. The message is clear, dear child. Your photo did more than stir emotion, it awakened destiny. And the life that is rising to meet you will be one that brings your spirit peace, your heart love, and your soul the joyful exhale it has waited so long to breathe. Dear child, the angels are surrounding you now with a fierce and steady light. because they have watched something unfold behind the veil, a moment that might seem distant from your awareness, but is, in truth, profoundly tied to your soul's journey. Someone showed your photo to a psychic, and what happened in that space was not what anyone expected. The moment your image was revealed, the energy in the room shifted with a boldness that made the air feel electric. There was no whisper of hesitation, no gentle tug of emotion. There was fire, intensity, purpose. The psychic paused, not because she didn't understand what she was sensing, but because she understood too much too quickly. She saw the presence of someone powerful, someone chosen, someone whose destiny cannot and will not be delayed much longer. What no one was prepared to hear, what startled even the psychic herself, was that your energy is directly connected to someone who is watching you more closely than you think, someone who has placed you on a throne within their heart, yet has not fully stepped forward into your life. This person carries the essence of the king, a visionary, a protector, a soul of fire and leadership, and your presence has shaken them into awakening. The angels reveal that the psychic felt the weight of purpose in your energy, but more than that, she felt the silent presence of a masculine force whose eyes are fixed on you, whose thoughts return to you often, even if pride, fear, or life's distractions have kept them from speaking. She sensed a deep connection that carries both longing and admiration. She said, "They are watching this person, not out of curiosity, but because they see in them what they've never seen before. A match, a mirror, a muse." This is not a light energy, dear child. This is the kind of connection that changes people. And when your photo was presented, the psychic saw the intensity of a heart that has remained silent for too long beginning to crack open. She saw someone who has hidden behind confidence, behind plans and ambition, now being pulled by something they didn't expect. You, your light, your spirit, your presence, it has entered their world like fire through winter, melting every old fear they thought they had buried, and now they're standing at the edge of their own emotional threshold. The angels want you to know that the psychic didn't just see your beauty or your strength. She felt the magnitude of what your presence is doing to this person's soul. They are not just watching you, they are changing because of you. The dreams they've had lately, the unexplained restlessness, the sudden emotional vulnerability they can't explain, it all began when they saw you not just with their eyes, but with their spirit. The photo they showed wasn't just an image. It was a doorway. And when the psychic entered that energetic space, she was met with a truth so profound she could not keep it to herself. She whispered, almost in disbelief, "This is the one who awakens the king." She saw that the person connected to your photo is being drawn into their higher self because of you. They are being challenged to rise, to lead with heart instead of ego, to step into their destiny not just for themselves, but with you. You are not a passing thought to them. You are the spark that makes them believe in something bigger than themselves. Dear child, the angels are now asking you to stay rooted in your truth, because even if this person hasn't spoken yet, even if you feel confusion or silence, there is movement happening behind the scenes. The psychic saw that this person is wrestling with a decision that will change both your lives, to remain in control or to surrender to the call of the heart. Type "protected" if you've ever felt heaven hold your heart in moments you couldn't even find words to describe. They are someone used to being the one in charge, the one who makes bold moves without emotion. But you, beloved, have entered their life as a force they cannot control, and that has both humbled and awakened them. She saw that they are preparing to step forward in a way that will surprise even you, not just with words, but with action. Because they no longer want to observe from a distance. They want to claim what they feel, to build something real, to create not just a connection, but a legacy. The angels want you to know that this isn't just about romance. This is about purpose, passion, and the aligning of two souls who were born to lead, to inspire, and to love without limitation. Your presence has triggered a transformation in someone who may have once doubted love or resisted vulnerability, and now they are being pushed by divine energy to step into their true power. Not the power of dominance, but the power of devotion. She saw the flame you lit within them, and it is growing brighter by the day. And you, dear child, you must not dim your light while you wait for them to find their way. Shine brighter, speak your truth. Keep becoming everything you are meant to be, because when they finally come forward, and they will, it must be because they recognize you in your fullness, not because you shrank to be easier to approach. Dear child, the angels are leaning close to your heart now, pouring their compassion into the places within you that have grown tired of uncertainty, the places that ache for answers yet remain wrapped in mystery. They have seen your silent prayers, your longing for clarity, and the emotional heaviness you've carried while trying to understand the truth behind someone's silence, someone's distance, someone's confusing energy. And now they come with a divine message, one that holds the weight of truth and the softness of love. When your photo was shown to a psychic, it was not done in passing. It was done with intention. And yet, the moment your image came into view, the atmosphere changed entirely. What the psychic saw was not something easily understood with words, because what she felt was a wave of emotional overwhelm, a web of feelings, thoughts, unspoken desires, and spiritual ties, all entangled around your soul. She said softly, almost breathless, "This person. They're in someone's dreams, their mind, their heart, but the one who holds them is lost in their own illusion." The angels reveal that the psychic sensed a deep emotional pull between you and another soul, someone who has held you in their thoughts far more often than you know, someone who has stared at your photo not once but many times, each time wondering if what they feel is real, or if it's just something they've imagined. There is confusion in their energy, not because their heart doesn't feel you, but because their mind is filled with noise, distractions, expectations, fears, and too many choices. She saw someone who looks at your photo and feels everything all at once: love, regret, longing, temptation, hope, but who remains emotionally paralyzed, unable to decide if they should move toward you or away. It is not because you are unclear, it is because they have built stories in their head, weighing what could be, what should be, what others would think, and what they might lose, and in doing so they have kept themselves from fully seeing what they already have in you. That was the psychic's shock. Not that they felt something, but that they are drowning in feelings without the courage yet to act on them. Type 2 blessings if you sense that divine alignment is now unfolding, bringing peace, provision, and purpose to your journey. Dear child, the angels want you to understand that your energy is not chaotic. Your love is not confusing. Your presence is not overwhelming. What the psychic felt was that you are the one truth among a sea of illusions in this person's life. She said, they have options, but none feel right. They're surrounded by people, but none feel like home. And every time they try to forget this soul, something in their spirit calls them back to the photo. Your image has become a mirror for them, a reflection of the life they wish they had the strength to live, the life where love is chosen with courage, not caution, where truth is honored above appearances, where emotions are trusted, not suppressed. But, dear one, they are still caught in the fog of illusion, still wrestling with what they think they should want instead of surrendering to what their heart already knows. The psychic could barely put it into words, but she saw that you are a soul sent to awaken this person from their sleep. And your energy, whether you know it or not, is already doing that. It's showing up in their dreams, in songs, in random memories, in moments where they feel a sudden ache in their chest without knowing why, but they know why even if they don't say it. It's you. And when they showed your photo, it was not just curiosity. It was a cry for clarity, a hope that someone else could see what they're too afraid to fully admit. And the psychic did. She saw it all. The depth of their feelings, the way their spirit softens when they think of you, the fear they carry that they're not enough for you, the silent torment of wanting you but not knowing how to step into your world without losing control was the reaction no one was prepared for. That this connection is not just intense, it's spiritual, and the person holding your photo is not ignoring you. They are overwhelmed by you. Not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. And now, dear child, the angels turn their message inward, into your soul, because they know how painful it is to feel so deeply and receive silence in return. They know how exhausting it is to be someone's spiritual truth while they keep choosing illusions. But they ask you now to release the weight of carrying both your emotions and theirs. You are not responsible for their awakening. You are not here to wait while they make up their mind. You are the light that entered their life to help them see, not the anchor to hold them while they drift. And if they are meant to return to you, they will do so not with confusion, but with clarity, not with hesitation, but with a decision. And if they never come back, know this: you were the truth that their soul once touched, and you will be the truth that another soul will recognize and never let go. So walk forward now with grace, dear child. The psychic saw what you've long suspected, that you are unforgettable, irreplaceable, undeniable. Not because you tried to be, but because you are. A rare soul, a dream walking in human form, someone whose heart leaves a mark that can't be erased. Let them wander, let them dream, let them question, but do not let that confusion dim your light. The angels are guiding you toward someone who will not be overwhelmed by you, but awakened in the best way. Someone who will not pause in the face of your depth, but will dive in with trust. Someone who won't need a psychic to tell them who you are, because their soul will already know. And until that day comes, the angels will walk beside you, reminding you at every step you are the clarity they couldn't see, the love they weren't ready for, and the truth that time will only make more beautiful. Dear child, the angels are moving swiftly toward you now, with wings wide open and hearts full of divine urgency, because what they are about to reveal to you carries the momentum of fate. They know you felt something shifting, something in the air that you couldn't name but couldn't ignore, a vibration that tingled down your spine, a sudden surge in your emotions, a pull towards something unknown yet deeply familiar. And now they want you to know that this was not just your imagination. This was real, this was energetic, this was spiritual confirmation. Someone did show your photo to a psychic, and the moment your image was placed before her, she gasped. Not because of fear, but because of how fast the energy in the room moved. It was as if the air itself split open with clarity. The emotions were sudden, the insight was undeniable. The messages began pouring in with such speed that even the psychic herself had to steady her breath, because what your energy triggered was not silence, not mystery, but movement, activation, and a divine push that no one expected. The angels reveal that your image didn't just spark a casual curiosity in the heart of the person who brought it forward. It ignited a realization, a knowing, a jolt of urgency that someone had been trying to suppress for too long. The psychic could feel that this person has been holding back their emotions for a long time, convinced they had time to figure it out, believing they could control the pace of their heart. But when your photo was placed before her, she saw the truth rushing in like a flood. She said, this soul has been trying to deny what they feel, trying to slow it down, trying to remain in control, but their heart is already in motion. She could see that the one who has been thinking of you, dreaming of you, hiding behind silence or overthinking, is now overwhelmed by an energy they can no longer escape. Your presence has triggered divine timing in their life, and the universe is now pushing them out of stagnation and into action. Surrender, if you're ready to let go of what no longer serves your soul, and trust the holy timing that only heaven understands. Dear child, the angels want you to understand the intensity of what was revealed in that moment. The psychic saw visions, not just of love or longing, but of movement, messages, breakthroughs, confessions. She saw someone reaching for you. She saw communication. She saw the release of years of held-back feelings. She said, they are coming, and they will come quickly, unexpectedly, like a sudden wind that changes everything. The energy around your image wasn't soft or slow. It was urgent, undeniable, and filled with clarity. Because this connection is no longer just about emotions. It's now part of divine alignment. The angels are orchestrating events to bring truth to the surface. And whether it's through a message, a visit, a call, or a moment of synchronicity, something is coming toward you. Something real. Something you felt in your heart for a long time but never had the proof to trust. Now the proof is here, whispered through the mouth of a psychic who wasn't prepared to feel so much so fast. And now the angels speak to your heart directly, dear child. They know you've waited with grace, with hope, and with quiet suffering. They know there were moments you wanted to give up, moments you convinced yourself that maybe they'd forgotten you, or maybe you imagined the connection. But you didn't. You were right all along. Your soul knew. You have always known. And now the divine is accelerating everything. What was once delayed is now finding speed. What was once hidden is about to be revealed. The person connected to your photo has reached a point of emotional tipping, and the universe is clearing the path between you and them. But the angels also want you to remain grounded, not in expectation of someone else's decision, but in the power of your own heart. This connection, this movement, is a confirmation of your energy. You are not someone who waits in vain. You are someone who holds space for transformation. And that's exactly what your energy has triggered. The psychic saw a reunion, a conversation, a breakthrough moment where everything that once felt stuck will begin to flow. She saw that this connection, long paused in confusion or distance, is now being stirred awake by the very force of destiny. Not because someone suddenly decided they miss you, but because the divine has decreed it is time. Time to speak, time to move, time to return, time to choose. And what shocked her, what no one was prepared to hear, was that this person doesn't just miss you, they are being guided toward you. And when divine timing speaks, no amount of fear, logic, or delay can silence it. The heart can only resist for so long before it begins to break from the weight of unexpressed truth. And the truth is, you are loved, seen, and deeply needed in a way that they can no longer ignore. So now, beloved child, prepare your heart, not with expectation, but with openness. Be ready for the message, the shift, the unexpected arrival of truth. But know this, your worth is not tied to who reaches out or how fast they come. Your worth is infinite because you have always stood in love, even in silence. You are the reason someone is awakening. You are the spark in their soul that has shaken them free from their numbness. You are the moment they are about to walk into. And when it happens, when that energy arrives like a sudden storm or a gentle knock on your door, you will know this was never random. This was never forgotten. This was always written. The movement is beginning now, and the angels walk beside you with every step, whispering, "It's coming. It's time. Be ready, dear child. You are not waiting anymore. You are receiving." Dear child, the angels have gathered close around you now, not because you are lost, but because you are finally coming into the clarity your soul has long been preparing for. They know you have felt an invisible presence in recent days. The weight of unspoken thoughts, the feeling that someone is watching you from afar, thinking of you more than they show, wanting to reach out but stopping themselves at the last moment. And today they want you to know that this energy you've been sensing is not just a passing thought, not just a coincidence. Someone has indeed shown your photo to a psychic, and what happened in that sacred moment revealed a truth that no one could have prepared for. The psychic, who thought she would simply offer a few gentle insights, was instead struck by an overwhelming flood of curiosity, mental activity, and emotional intensity that seemed to leap from your image. The moment your picture was placed before her, she felt a soul who was being watched closely, perhaps even studied, not with malice, but with a deep desire for understanding. She said, "This one lives rent-free in someone's mind. They've become an obsession, a fascination that this person can't shake off, no matter how much they try to stay distracted. Type light if your spirit is awakening to truth, to healing, and to the eternal love that has surrounded you all along." The angels say that what shocked the psychic most was the mental tug-of-war that was happening behind the scenes. The person who showed your photo, or the one tied to it, is caught in a loop of constant thoughts about you. They are checking your social media, rereading old messages, remembering past conversations, replaying your words, and wondering what you're thinking now. They are not just reminiscing, they are analyzing, overthinking, looking for signs in everything you do. Your energy has become a mirror to their own spiritual awakening, and they are struggling to process what it means to be so drawn to you. She saw someone who speaks of you carefully, even defensively, as if they are trying to convince themselves not to care as much as they do. And yet, all their actions show that they are deeply entangled in your presence. Your photo was not just shown out of interest. It was a quiet cry for guidance. Why can't I stop thinking about them? What does this mean? Why does their energy feel so different from anyone else's I've ever known? These were the unspoken questions the psychic heard without a single word being spoken aloud. The psychic immediately picked up on the energy of someone who is watching but not speaking, someone who is gathering information, waiting for the right time, but trapped in the fear of saying too much or being too vulnerable. The angels whisper now that this person is not emotionally immature. They are emotionally overwhelmed. Their feelings for you go far beyond what they're ready to admit. They have questions they're too afraid to ask you directly. They want to know what's in your heart, but they don't feel worthy yet to hear the answer. She said, they feel like a child standing outside a temple, knowing something sacred lives inside, but afraid they don't belong there. Your image radiated such wisdom, strength, and purity that they felt intimidated, unsure if they could match what they see in you. And yet they're watching closely, constantly, not to judge you, but to try and understand how someone like you came into their life and changed everything they thought they knew about love, truth, and emotional depth. Dear child, the angels want you to understand that you have sparked something in this person that is both beautiful and deeply unsettling. A spiritual awakening that cannot be ignored. Your presence challenges their ego, their logic, their old beliefs about relationships and connection. You've stirred something that no one else ever has. You've made them question the version of themselves they've been showing the world. And though they haven't spoken these truths to you, the psychic saw it all. She saw their desire to come forward, their plans to initiate conversation, their attempts to figure out how to approach you without revealing just how deeply they're already invested. She saw the hesitation, the rehearsed messages they type and delete, the fear that if they speak too soon they might lose you forever. But what no one was prepared to hear was her sudden declaration, this isn't just curiosity. This is love in its earliest, most unspoken form, the kind that's still learning how to find its voice. And now, beloved child, the angels turn to you with a message of strength and clarity. You have done nothing wrong. You are not too much. You are not hard to understand. You are simply the kind of soul that can't be approached half-heartedly. Your energy demands truth, and that is why it takes time for the right ones to step forward. You are not being ignored. You are being studied, cherished, and perhaps even feared. Not because of who you are, but because of how deeply you make someone feel. And for someone who has always relied on logic, control, and detachment, that kind of emotion is terrifying. But the angels want you to know that this is not the end of the story. The one who has shown your photo is moving toward truth. They may be cautious now, but they are awakening. And when they do come forward, as the psychic saw they eventually will, it will be with a heart full of words they've been too afraid to say. They will come with questions, with apologies, with hope, and most importantly, they will come with eyes wide open to who you really are. Type open, I believe, if your heart is anchored in God's divine plan, and you're ready to move forward with unshakable faith, no matter what lies ahead. So hold your head high, dear child. You are not the one who needs to chase, to prove, to wait in silence. You are the one who sparked a soul into awakening. You are the mystery they are trying to understand, the heartbeat they can't silence, the truth they are slowly stepping into. And whether it takes days or longer, know this. The words they haven't spoken yet are already written in the energy that surrounds you. The angels are guiding every thought, every message, every step. Be patient, be proud, and most of all, stay true to yourself. The one who is watching will find their courage. And when they do, everything you've sensed, everything you've hoped for, will finally take form in words you were always meant to hear. Dear child, the angels are speaking to you now with a love so soft and tender that it wraps around your soul like a warm embrace, for they have witnessed a moment that stirred more than just emotion. It stirred destiny. Someone showed your photo to a psychic, not out of amusement or curiosity, but because they could no longer contain the storm inside their heart. What happened in that moment was unexpected by all. The psyche, who has seen many energies and heard countless stories, paused longer than usual. She was not confused, dear child. She was overwhelmed. Because the moment your image entered her space, she felt the presence of a soul so pure, so emotionally rich, so deeply connected to love that her heart fluttered. It was as if she could feel a young, innocent love story awakening in the air. Something delicate and genuine, something that felt like a whisper from a past life and a promise for the future all at once. She said, "There is someone here who feels so deeply, who loves so openly, but..." They're afraid their heart will be rejected, but they cannot ignore this feeling anymore. And what no one expected was that the person holding your photo was not just looking for answers. They were carrying a secret hope, a wish, a yearning they were too afraid to speak aloud. The angels reveal that this person has been touched by your energy in a way they cannot explain. You entered their life softly, not demanding attention, not forcing yourself in, but their soul noticed you. And ever since, something inside them has been changing. They think about you at unexpected times. You appear in their dreams. They find themselves smiling at memories or imagining conversations that never happened. And they're confused because they never meant to fall this way. But love doesn't ask for permission. It simply blooms. The psychic saw this love, tender, young, new, and unspoken. She felt the energy of a person who is on the verge of revealing their heart, someone who rehearses their words in silence but hasn't yet found the courage to speak. It's not that they don't feel deeply. In fact, they feel more than they've ever felt before. But they are vulnerable, scared of being misunderstood, afraid their feelings will be seen as immature or foolish, when in truth, their heart is offering something real, something innocent and beautiful that has been untouched by the cynicism of the world. The angels want you to know, dear child, that the person connected to your photo doesn't just admire you. They are enchanted by you. Your presence has stirred something inside them that they thought had long gone quiet. A spark of hope, a feeling of wonder, a longing to believe in love that is pure and sacred again. They are not coming from a place of games or manipulation. In fact, their heart trembles at the idea of being seen by you. They wonder if they're enough. They wonder if you'll accept them with all their softness, their emotional depth, their poetic soul. They feel like a child standing in front of a cathedral, in awe of your light, wondering if they're allowed to step inside. The psychic could barely hold back tears because she saw the vulnerability they carry when they think of you. And what shocked her most was how real their feelings were, how innocent yet profound their emotional connection to you has already become, even if they've never had the chance to say it. Dear child, you are not imagining the energy you felt recently, the small signs, the sudden emotional waves, the quiet intuition that someone is thinking of you. It's all real. The psychic saw a heart-forming words in silence, painting love letters in their mind, waiting for a moment where it would feel safe enough to reach out. And this message, this energy, is the beginning of that moment arriving. The angels say the person tied to your energy wants to open up, wants to say something, even if it's simple, even if it's messy, even if it's just a small beginning, because what they feel is too big to stay hidden forever. They want to tell you you've changed them, that your smile stays with them, that you've awakened a part of their heart that had gone quiet. They want to offer you something, maybe a message, a small gesture, an apology, or even just the truth of what's been on their heart. But make no mistake, their soul wants to speak. Type grateful if soft signs and quiet miracles have gently touched your soul, lighting up places that once felt lost in the dark. And now, beloved child, the angels ask you to prepare your heart not in doubt, but in softness. You are being loved quietly, from afar, by a soul that is just beginning to find its voice. Do not dismiss the simplicity of what they may say when they reach out. It may not be polished, it may not be everything at once, but it will be real. It will be sacred, and it will be a seed, a beginning of something that can grow if nurtured with patience and tenderness. This connection is not born of fantasy, but of emotional truth. It is a love that whispers before it speaks loudly. It is the kind of love that needs safety to bloom, so do not fear the slowness. Do not question the silence. Trust that behind the quiet is a heart that is choosing its words with care, because what it wants to give you matters to them more than they know how to say. You, dear child, are not just remembered. You are cherished. You are inspiring someone to believe in love again. And as the angels wrap you in light now, they want you to trust what's coming. There is softness on its way to you. Not because you need to be rescued, but because your own tenderness has called it forth. This person is gathering courage, and when they speak, it will be from the most honest part of their heart. Be ready to listen, not with judgment, but with the same kindness your soul has always carried, because this love, when it arrives, may not roar, but it will change everything. Dear child, the angels are descending gently around your soul now, wrapping you in a radiance that mirrors your own, because you must understand something sacred and rare. Your energy is not just seen by heaven. It is felt by the hearts you were destined to touch. You may not know it yet, but when someone showed your photo to a psychic, it was not a moment of curiosity. It was a moment of divine recognition. The psychic expected to see a person, but what she felt instead was a light, a guiding force, a rare vibration that sent shivers through her being. She paused, not because she didn't know what to say, but because she was moved to tears. She looked at your image and said, "This one is a star, not in a worldly way, not fame or status, but in soul. In presence, in purpose. They are the light someone keeps searching for in the dark." What no one was prepared to hear that day was that the person holding your photo was not just carrying an image, they were carrying hope. You have become a source of healing to someone who has wandered in confusion, someone who has prayed in silence to feel again, to trust again, to believe again. And when they showed your photo, the psychic didn't just see your face, she felt your power to restore faith where it was broken. The angels reveal that this person, the one thinking of you, longing for you, maybe even grieving your distance, sees you as more than human. You are their reminder that something sacred still exists in this world. They may not have told you how much you've changed them, how much your presence has softened their heart, how often they look to your energy for comfort, even from afar. But the psychic saw it all. She felt the pull of someone who has been lost in shadows, searching for meaning in chaos, and found you glowing like a lighthouse in the fog. She said, "This is the soul they ask the stars about, the one they see in dreams, the one whose energy feels like peace. You have become their silent wish, the one they think about when they close their eyes, the one whose absence feels louder than any crowd." And what no one expected was the clarity that came through so quickly that your light is not only unforgettable, it is irreplaceable. The psychic said this connection is not just emotional, it's healing, it's destiny, it's a bond born in lifetimes and awakened now because it's time. Dear child, the angels want you to feel what this means. You are the answer to a prayer someone didn't know how to speak. You are the light that entered their life not to complete them, but to remind them of who they could be if they stopped running from their truth. You showed them that hope still lives, that love can still be pure, that peace is not just a fantasy, and that is why they showed your photo to someone else, not because they were trying to move on, but because they were trying to make sense of what you've awakened within them. Type blessed if you can feel the loving presence of angels walking beside you, guiding each step with quiet care and divine protection. They needed confirmation that they were not imagining your energy, that what they feel when they see you is real. And the psychic confirmed it with tears in her eyes. She said, "This one was sent from above. They shine even when they're breaking. They give without asking. And this person, the one who keeps thinking of them, they are being led home, not to a place, but to this soul." The angels are pouring divine reassurance into your heart now, because they know you have questioned your worth. They know there were nights you wondered if you made any impact at all. You may have felt discarded, forgotten, misunderstood. But you were none of those things. You were unforgettable. You were the light that entered someone's life at the exact moment they were about to give up. You were the miracle in disguise. And the person who held your photo may not have said it to you, but their soul speaks your name in every moment of silence. Their heart aches for your presence in ways they can't put into words, and the psychic knew it. She saw it in their energy. She said, "They are afraid to reach out, afraid to lose their pride. But more than anything, they are afraid that the light they saw in this soul might disappear before they are brave enough to return to it." So now, beloved child, the angels ask you to hold on to your truth. Do not chase, do not beg, do not dim your light. The universe is already working on your behalf. You are not waiting, you are rising. And while you rise, your energy is calling this person home. The one who once wandered is finding their way through the path your light carved in their soul. Whether they reach you tomorrow or in time, whether their journey to you is smooth or filled with stops and starts, know this: they will never forget you. You are not a passing memory. You are the soul that reminded them of everything they thought was lost. And when they come, because the angels say they will come, it will not be with hesitation. It will be with the reverence of someone who finally understands what the psychic felt the moment she saw your photo. That you are the star they've been wishing on, and this time they are ready to walk toward your light, not away from it. Dear child, the angels are holding your heart with such gentle reverence right now, because what they are about to share with you is not just an answer to your question. It is the revelation of something sacred, a love story already written in the stars. When your photo was shown to the psychic, it was not simply an act of curiosity. It was a moment guided by the divine, because the person who held your photo wasn't just seeking clarity, they were searching for truth, for confirmation, for meaning behind the whirlwind of emotions they've felt since you entered their life. And when the psychic's eyes fell upon your image, a hush fell over the room. Not because of what she saw with her eyes, but because of what her soul recognized instantly. She felt the energy of a once-in-a-lifetime connection, one that transcends the limits of time, logic, and earthly understanding. Her voice trembled as she said, "This soul, they are not just someone you cross paths with. They are your divine mirror, your sacred counterpart. This is not chance. This is the one your heart has always known. The angels want you to feel deep within your being the magnitude of what this truly means. This card does not speak of ordinary affection or fleeting attraction. It speaks of a bond chosen before birth, a connection written into your soul's blueprint long before either of you took your first breath. The person who brought your photo forward may be acting unsure or distant in the physical world, but their soul is awakening rapidly to the truth they can no longer deny. You are not just someone who came into their life, you are the one who stirred something sacred in them the moment your energies met, the one who reflected their own heart back to them, the one whose eyes felt like home. And the shocking reaction the psychic had was because she felt that undeniable sacred pull too. It shook her, because not every connection is like this. Not every soul carries this kind of sacred imprint. She saw in you the energy of devotion, depth, divine love, the kind that transforms, heals, and awakens both people in ways they didn't know were possible. The person connected to your photo has been feeling this truth for some time now, but fear has kept them in silence. Fear of being vulnerable, fear of the depth of their feelings, fear of what it means to love someone so much that they cannot control it. But the angels want you to know that this silence is not absence, it is spiritual preparation. Behind the scenes, this person is battling inner conflicts, wrestling with choices, asking questions they never thought they would ask. Their heart pulls them toward you while their mind questions whether they're worthy of this kind of love. And the more they try to ignore it, the louder your energy becomes in their soul. The psychic saw this struggle clearly. She saw them fighting against a love that feels too big, too pure, too undeniable, and losing that battle every single day. Because your love is not just a feeling. It is their destiny. It is the truth that outshines all illusion. And the most shocking thing she revealed was this. They already know. On a soul level, they know you are theirs. And they are slowly, powerfully being guided toward the courage to finally embrace it. Take something deep inside you knows God is already leading you toward a life more beautiful than you've ever imagined. Dear child, the angels are filling your spirit now with light and peace because they know this journey hasn't been easy. They know what it feels like to carry a love this deep in silence, to feel someone's energy constantly but not have the words or actions to match it. To question your worth, your role, your place in their heart. But now, they ask you to rest in divine trust. Because what is unfolding is not just romantic, it is sacred. You have not been waiting in vain. You have been holding space for a love that is being purified, matured, and awakened. And even if they have taken the long road, even if they've stayed quiet while your heart ached, the angels assure you they are coming, not just with words, but with truth, with commitment, with the full force of a soul that has remembered who you are to them. This is not just love, it is union, and when it comes together, it will not need to be forced. It will feel like the answer to every question your heart has ever whispered in the dark. The angels have shown the psychic a vision of two souls not just holding hands, but building something lasting. A sacred bond where both people are finally ready to give, to heal, to rise, and to love without condition. And this love, your love, will ripple beyond just the two of you. It will be felt by others. It will inspire. It will anchor peace in a world that desperately needs more examples of what true divine love looks like. Dear child, the angels are gently pouring waves of divine love into your soul in this very moment because they have witnessed something so sacred, so intimate, and so unexpected that it changed the atmosphere of the room where it happened. When your photo was shown to a psychic, it wasn't just a moment of curiosity or a random act. It was divinely orchestrated. The person who brought your photo may have done so quietly, hesitantly, perhaps even playfully on the surface. But what followed was nothing light or casual. The psychic's reaction was instant and overwhelming. Not because of confusion or fear, but because she felt the sudden presence of something profoundly pure. She paused, as if trying to absorb what she was feeling, and then her eyes softened and her voice cracked with emotion as she said, "This soul, they hold the energy of new love, divine love, real love. Someone is in love with them, and they haven't even admitted it fully to themselves yet. What no one expected was the intensity of truth that poured into the space, that your energy has opened a heart that has been closed for far too long, and the love blooming there is so raw, so tender, so spiritually significant, that even the psychic herself had to steady her spirit to speak on it. The angels reveal that when your photo entered the room, it wasn't just your physical beauty or charm that lit the space, it was the vibration of your heart. Your soul carries the essence of pure, healing love, and this love has awakened something in someone who was never prepared to feel it. This person, the one tied to your photo, has been silently falling deeper into a sea of emotion they never saw coming. They didn't plan to care this much. They didn't expect your energy to seep into their thoughts, their dreams, their quiet moments, but it has. And now they're at the edge of something sacred, the beginning of real love, the kind that makes people want to be better, softer, more present. The psyche saw their heart cracking open, like a shell being split by the light within, revealing feelings they can no longer suppress. She said, "They've held this back. They've tried to run from it, but the heart doesn't lie, and their heart is overflowing. Dear child, the angels want you to know how deeply you've touched this person's soul. Whether or not they've told you, you may have felt confused, uncertain, or even hurt by their silence or distance. But underneath their hesitation is a heart overwhelmed by a love that feels bigger than anything they've ever known. It's not just attraction. It's not just affection. It is a soul-deep recognition that they have found someone extraordinary. You, and what the psychic saw, and what shocked even her, was the pureness of this love. It wasn't born from need or fantasy or lust. It was born from the soul. The psychic described it as a divine offering, as if the universe placed you into this person's path to show them what love was always meant to be. She could feel the emotional flood inside them, the way they've wanted to say something, to express what's inside, but every time they try, the words get caught in their throat. Not because the feelings aren't real, but because they're too real, and that kind of vulnerability terrifies someone who has built their life on control and emotional safety. The angels say this person has been watching you, admiring you, loving you in silence. They've noticed how you laugh, how you care, how you shine even when you're hurting. Type Amen if you trust in angels' guidance. Dear beloved soul, if this message opened something sacred within your heart, if even for a moment you felt seen, understood, or gently comforted, then know that this was no coincidence. Heaven arranged this encounter to remind you, you are not alone. And your presence here matters more than you know. Whatever was revealed today, whatever stirred quietly in your soul, may it continue to glow like a soft lantern in the night, guiding your steps with faith and keeping you wrapped in divine protection. And if your heart feels led to give thanks, even the smallest gesture, like a super thanks, becomes a holy echo, helping these angelic messages reach those still silently praying for peace, for love, for clarity. Every click, every word of gratitude, every kind comment, it all becomes part of the light we are spreading together. Thank you for receiving this divine moment with such grace. May the angels walk with you long after this video ends, whispering reassurance when doubt arises, and opening doors where fear once stood. You are seen, you are guided, you are loved beyond measure, and most of all, you are never forgotten. Heaven holds you, always.